I'm joined here by Trish Grady here, who's the Clare manager. Trish, we've just been beaten by Cork there fairly comprehensively, I suppose, in the end. But they are All Ireland champions, so I suppose, and you know, it was a tough first game, tough semi-final.
Yeah, listen, we're very disappointed with the outcome. We really did anticipate that we would give a better show today. It didn't happen for whatever reason, but I suppose we let Cork impose their game on us as opposed to us actually imposing our game on them. Probably went in at half time with 4 points down and probably hadn't capitalised on the opportunities that we had, but I think a lot of panic came into our game and they had the experience and the composure to hold on to the ball, whereas we were a fast-paced team, and the game we played was like we started offloading the ball in panic situations whereby we should have played our running game, which we probably tried. But listen, credit to Cork in that respect as well. They imposed themselves on the game, but I suppose we gave them a little bit too much respect. Like, we let them build from the back, and a bit of naivety on our behalf. Then actually 2 and 3 players going to one player, they offloading off the shoulder. Something we had worked on, but on how to counteract Cork, but it didn't. As I said, we didn't do it today, and that's really the most disappointing part of it.
I suppose we got 2 blowers. First of all, Lauren Solon was unable to play.
Yeah.
And secondly, then Niamh O'Dea seemed to be on fire, and 15 minutes in had to go off injured.
Yeah, she shipped a heavy shoulder injury, and Lauren was actually up until today we weren't 100% sure whether we could actually play, but she had a very severe ear infection, so there was no point in actually bringing her. So it was a big step up for Sarah, Sarah Lucknan. That's her first championship game playing at senior level. But having said that, that isn't where our problems were really. I suppose Niamh being a huge loss to us, and she's a brilliant ball winner. I can still talk about Aoife Keane, who was missing. She brings a lot to our game. Yeah. But having said that, we had 13 other players out on the field, that had the responsibility to take on the game, and it's very disappointing that where we think we were at training, it wasn't translated here. So that we've got 5 weeks now to sort this out between now and June for our Ireland series. Yeah,
up to half time, as you said, and we were going well, and I know we went in 4 points down, but still well in the game. But I suppose Aisling Thompson in particular, she really started to huddle there in the second half, and they, as you said, they imposed themselves, and they seemed to play from attack from the half. So from the half back line, they seemed to run in sort of 4 or 5 of them running together, which is hard to deal with.
Yeah, as I said, we know how Cork play. There's no secret to it. But in counteracting that, you have to pressurise from their full back line. You have to pressurise there. We didn't do that. We actually got sucked in 2 and 3 players going to attack one Cork player, and they automatically just know there's a player they're offloading, and that space opens up. There's 1-2 passes open up, and then the channels open up, and they have the athleticism to drive through it. A lot of what we were doing, we got erratic when the pressure came on us, and we actually started hitting ball to the Cork players, where we have been at pains at training, in saying that you play the ball to the advantage of Clare. Cork don't make mistakes in possession. That's the biggest difference. They can secure the ball all the way up if you allow them. So you cannot start imposing your game around the half back line straight away. You're running backwards, and the odds and the momentum is with Cork. We have to actually nullify that and not let them progress that far.
Yeah, well, Cork did come here All Ireland champions, and I suppose they showed us a bit of why they are. They're at a fierce high level, so it's it's trying to get up there, I suppose.
Yeah, it is. But we have to keep trying. But we're 3 years in our development now, and I would have expected us to have given a better game and not ship a defeat to the. In terms of what happened here today. Having said all that, I don't believe that it's a true reflection of this Clare squad. It might be a very timely lesson for us, and I've seen we still have an All-Ireland campaign to see out now and see where it brings us.
and just so people aren't confused, this is Munster. The All Ireland Series is a different competition altogether.
Like, you know, so
yeah.
like, you know,
so there's still a long, you know,
well,
lots
there's
to
a
play
long
for
year
yet.
here again.
Yeah.
There's a long year yet there,
Yeah.
like, you know, and as I said, there's timing is on our side, like, you know, so listen, we're down today, but I'm sure there is a bounce in this team, and I know there is.
Yeah, and I believe, and I know a lot of them girls that they probably didn't play up to their up to their own high standard. Like, so, I'd say, you know, that's it's not a positive, but then you can say, well, we didn't give it, you know.
That most definitely is. We did not play to the standard that we're accustomed to, or what our ability is. But having said that, we have to find out why not, and because you have to, in order to succeed, you're going to have to do this on a consistent basis, like, you know, and that's where we are now, like, you know. Number one, rectify this, and number two, listen, take the responsibility on, and, you know, bring the game and bring our game and impose ourselves on teams, and, you know, rather than having hard luck stories. So we've no excuses from today, none whatsoever.
Yeah, but going forward anyway, we do forward. Trish, thanks for talking to me. It's not easy to talk after the defeat, but I'm grateful for you talking to me, and we'll live to fight another day.
No problem.
Thanks very much, Trish.
All right, so,
I appreciate it.